Hey guys, welcome back to Brandon Does Barbecue. Today we are doing hanging ribs. So today for these ribs, instead of throwing them on the offset, we are going to hang them, which in a drum smoker, you hang the ribs over the coals and all the juices drip on the coals. It brings all that steam and all those flavors right back up onto the meat. So it's a different experience. I think it's going to be good. So let's get to trimming. Alright, so with these spare ribs, they leave part of the breastplate on there. You could leave that on there, but I don't like to. So get yourself a nice heavy duty chef's knife. You can kind of feel in there where the cartilage is. You're just going to kind of try to work your way through that. And then anything you see hanging off like that, any little thin pieces, just go ahead and get rid of that, because like I said, it's just going to burn. Go ahead and square this off. Now for these ribs, typically you would pull the membrane off, but today we're not going to do that. The reason being is I have this fear of taking the membrane off, it ruining the structural integrity of those ribs, and when I go to hook them, they're sitting over the fire, it breaks off and it plummets into a fiery death. Alright, now that we got our ribs trimmed, we're going to go ahead and apply our binder. And we're just going to use some French's mustard, which is my go-to binder for a lot of stuff. I just got 3 new rubs in the mail the other day, which I'm excited to try. So I got 3 new rubs, 3 racks of ribs. So we're gonna try them all. Now the first rub we're gonna try today is Swine Life's Mississippi Grind. Now it says it's a championship barbecue seasoning, so we're gonna see if it lives up to the name. Our second rub today is gonna be Meat Church's Deez Nuts Pecan Rub. Now, I mean, I kinda had to buy it just for the name itself, so we'll see if Deez Nuts are really that good. And our last one is going to be Meat Church's Holy Cow Barbecue Rub. Now this stuff, smelling it, I feel like it's going to have a little bit of heat, so it'll be a nice switch up from the sweeter one. Alright, so when you hook them, you want to hook them in the more beefier area. So you see this side's pretty thick, it's really thin down here. You want to get the stronger end, so go under probably the second bone, which feels like it's right there. Just get her through. We'll do that for each one. Before we put our ribs on, we have to install these L bracket thingies. Now, this smoker came with 3 of these, and it came with 9 hooks. So you could put 3 ribs on each one, but today, since we're only doing 3 ribs, we're gonna do 1 rack of ribs per L bracket. So you got these little slots, it's got 3 of them, and each one of them, these fit right in. 1, 2, and 3. Woo! Alright, so they came with this hook thingamajiggy. So let's go ahead, lift that up, and carefully. How do you do this? There we go. Yeah. There's one. Now we just got 2 more. Alright, so we managed to get all our ribs on there without any of them falling into the fire. It was a little intimidating and scary, but you know, the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. So we'll probably come back in an hour, spritz some apple cider vinegar, and see how it's going from there. Alright, so our ribs have been hanging out, get it, hanging out, for about an hour and a half. So we're going to open it up, we're going to see tenderness-wise where they're at. I don't think they're close to done yet, so we're going to go ahead and spritz it with some apple cider vinegar and close it back up. So let's see what we got. Oh yeah, we're only around 168 degrees. Normally they're tender around 205, so let's give them a spritz. come back about another hour or so. All right, let's see how they're looking. I think they're looking pretty good. All right, let's pull them out. Ooh, that's pretty. Smells delicious. All right, the moment that we've all been waiting for, that I've been waiting for, the taste test. So, I think we're gonna start with Meat Church Holy Cow. Tell you what, it gave it a nice bark. Very coarse rub, which I like. Now, let's see what it tastes like. Oh man, that's the perfect tenderness. It's not falling off the bone, it's like pull off the bone, which is perfect and what I always like on a rib. That Holy Cow's got a good, it gives it a really good texture, and it's actually got some heat to it, which I like. Then we'll try Meat Church's Deez nuts. Oh yeah. You definitely get the sweetness from that pecan flavor. It gave it a good like tacky bark. If you like a sweeter rib, that's a really good rub for that. All right, last but not least, we're gonna do Swine Life Mississippi Grind. It's got a good color, pretty good bark. That's really good. It's a sweeter rub too. Not quite as sweet as the Deez nuts pecan, but really good. They're all delicious. I don't even know if I could pick one, like, if I had to choose one, I don't know which one I'd go with. That one's got some good heat to it. Both of these have a really good sweet element. If I had to choose, I'd probably go with the Mississippi Grind. That one's pretty good, but they're all delicious. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that fun rib adventure with me. I sure did. So if you like what you saw, like, subscribe, and all that jazz. I'll see you next time.